That's the one we're working on. So the second one, remember we had some cracks here in the side, in the ribs. So what I did was I glued it and then I tried scraping it. I did scrape it down some, and then I popped this this one out again. So I had to re-glue it. So I did that, and then I scraped it carefully, and then I rubbed some shellac in here that we used on the front, and we're going to look for some nice stain. We're going to stain this up, and hopefully it'll come out okay. But this one is a very cheap violin, so we're not going to worry about it. Basically for show teaching purposes. So we'll see how that turns out. So welcome back here. We're gonna stain this. Now I'm gonna use a really dark stain because the wood is not that great, so I'm gonna try and cover it up as much as possible. So I'm gonna start with some red mahogany, and we'll see what that turns out like. And then I might end up putting on some golden oak after. So I'm just gonna rub this in. Okay, gonna get a little bit here. Stick this underneath. Get underneath here. Okay, rub it in. Make sure it's pretty even if I can. Okay, we're going to go around it. You can always put another coat on if it doesn't cover right. So I'm going to do the neck too on this one. Like I say, it's not very nice wood anyway, so it's really not going to make that much difference. Make sure I go with the right one here. Okay, so we're going to go all the way around. Make sure we get all covered if we can. Kind of smooth it out. We got some stain here. We might take a little bit of sandpaper and just smooth it out a little bit, but probably won't do that until after we do the clear coat. We're going to give it 3 or 4 coats of clear after it's all dried, and you can use either satin, or you can also use a gloss if you want. I kind of like the satin sometimes. It's a little different. It's not like a big, nice, shiny new violin, but sort of gives it an idea, a look of been used a little bit. Okay, so we got that part done. So I'll just do the scroll here. peg box and the scroll. So by the time we're done, you're not going to be even aware that the wood is kind of iffy. So I like to give it some color. It's actually pretty nice color there, the reddish color. It's not the red violin, but if any of you saw that movie, I did not kill my wife and drain her blood for the violin, so. Get it right into the scroll here. Okay, so we're just going to smooth it out. When I do the clear, I might just not do clear. Traditionally, you just oil the neck, makes it a little slipperier. So that's not too bad. We're going to just put it up here and let it dry. Maybe. Find a place here. I'll take one of these off. So we're just going to let that dry now. And now I got lots of stain on me. Put another one on. It's kind of good to have two working on two because you can only do a little bit. So here we have some Violin. This is semi-gloss, so that's French. So this is semi-gloss, clear waterborne. Okay, so we just stirred it up a little bit. Put a glove on here. Wipe some clear finish on here, and because it's water based, it'll dry fairly fast. So gloves on. Here I have a piece of terry cloth from a towel. I'm going to just dip that in a bit. Wipe it on here. So this is kind of rough, so but what we'll do is we'll put a couple of 2 or 3 coats of clear on. Give it some base, and then we'll go and take some really fine sandpaper, maybe 400 grit. And go over it. Just give it a fine sand, just to knock some of the peaks down. Take some of it off. But it'll dry fairly fast. I could probably do a second coat this afternoon easily. Whether I have the time or not, that's another thing. That rattling you hear is the sound post inside. It came out and I just left it in there. At least I know where it is. Don't get them mixed up with the other one. So the sound post goes in on the inside and supports the top, over top of the bridge, right near the bridge. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so we'll do the top here. Like I said before, this is a very cheap violin. I hate saying the word cheap, but it's not very expensive. So the semi-gloss is going to give it protection and a little bit of a sheen, but okay, we got that done. Now we're going to do the scroll here. The scroll and make sure we get in there. We got lots there. Trying to wipe the excess off. Normally you would put some tape on this neck part and you would just oil that part where your hand sits all the time and it slides up and down, but I'm going to just give it a coat, just a little coat. Going to give it some clear, and I'm going to leave the neck, or the fingerboard, sorry, the fingerboard I'm going to leave raw. So and like I say, that will dry really fast. The scroll really doesn't have a lot to do with the sound, as far as I'm aware of. So it doesn't matter if we get some thick coating on there or not. And we're going to redo the peg holes a little bit and ream them out.